Air travel was once a rare luxury, even in the first world. A service almost exclusively for the richest and most important, the jet set. They saw more. Duty called them across the country and overseas, and they were few and far between. To ease their transitions between time zones, the GMT was developed. A complication that could display multiple zones simultaneously with Greenwich, England as the point of reference, the real time. This is the Grand Seiko SBGM221, one of the market's most beloved GMTs. Its beauty jumps out first, even before its ease of function. Its case has been carefully designed and proportioned, in keeping with Grand Seiko's unique and distinctly Japanese design language. We see it not just in the very sharp and faceted lugs, but also in the Zaratsu finishing, a high polishing technique the manufacturer has become famous for. Along with its sharp edges, it communicates the brand's principle of perfect flatness, the art of juxtaposing light and shadow without distortion. Its hands are broad Dauphine, date window brushed, and inner 24-hour track navy, which complements its ivory dial beautifully. Ivory is in the color, of course, all of the beauty without any of the cruelty. The SBGM221 is powered by Grand Seiko's 9S66, an automatic winding caliber equipped with a 72-hour power reserve. After 17 days of testing in 6 different positions and 3 different temperatures, the movement is guaranteed to keep time between -3 and +5 seconds per day. As with all of their calibers, this one was not only developed in-house, but it's been finished with great attention to detail, which is a lot more than we can say about so many manufacturers, especially under $10,000. Now, I'm not trying to throw shade at other complications here, but you don't need to fabricate an excuse to use a GMT. Japan is 9 hours ahead of Greenwich, England, so GMT +9, and we're across the world. This is the Shinshu Watch Studio, a studio of expert watchmakers handcrafting their quartz and spring drive movements, as well as finishing in Zaratsu tradition. While we're in the time zone, let's stop at Grand Seiko's Shizuku Ishii Watch Studio, 8.5 hours north, nestled in Iwate Prefecture. No need to change time zones, but a good book is definitely recommended. Here, the studio's craftsmen oversee the design, manufacture, assembly, adjustment, inspection, and shipment of critical mechanical watch components. So this watch, the SBGM221, is a product of Shizuku Ishii. For me, the most impressive part of the studio is the manufacturing technology that's developed here for high precision parts. It's complemented by the sheer skill of craftsmen and women able to make precise adjustments by hand to tolerances of up to 1/100th of a millimeter range, yielding countless masterpieces, each with their own unique place in the history of mechanical watches. It's a stunning studio too, designed by Kengo Kuma, a Japanese architect that partnered in Grand Seiko's co-creator program. The place embodies the nature of time philosophy. A wooden building with a large glass area gives a full view of Mount Iwate and the adjacent mountain range. Just the experience of being here, I think, is symbolic of the Grand Seiko philosophy. Now, let's say I'm in the mood for a glass of champagne and some raw bar. So I fly to Paris. That's GMT +2. While I'm there, I can visit the manufacturer's boutique at Vendôme, also designed by Kuma. And now, home, GMT -4. I have nothing but love for this watch. Its case design, coloration, finishing, even its sizing, but above all, its complication. If we're lucky enough in our lives to travel, whether for work or with family, if we manage to see even just a little bit more of the world, this is the complication that helps us do it. It connects us, and when we're away, it brings us back home.